Through the landscapes of the dreaming mind, from twitching lab rats and philosophical debates to REM sleep memory repair and dogs barking softly in their sleep. But before we drift toward the end of this gentle journey, there's one final question worth asking. Where is all this heading? What does the future hold for dream science? The truth is, we're standing at the edge of something remarkable. For the first time in history, our tools are finally catching up to our questions. Technology, neuroscience, and even artificial intelligence are coming together in unexpected and fascinating ways. They're offering not just a window into the dreaming mind, but also the possibility of shaping it, enhancing it, and perhaps even sharing it. One growing field is called targeted dream incubation. Yes, that's the real term. The idea is simple. By giving the brain a gentle prompt before or during sleep, you might influence the content of dreams. You can't control them entirely, but you can guide them like steering a canoe down a quiet river. Experiments have already shown that playing certain sounds or words during specific sleep stages can spark related dream images. For example, people exposed to the scent of roses while sleeping often report more pleasant dreams. Hearing a word like tree might make someone dream of a forest. These subtle, carefully timed cues can shift dream content without waking the sleeper. It's not mind control. It's more like mental gardening, planting seeds to see what grows. Now, imagine combining this with wearable sleep technology. Headbands that track brain waves or earbuds that deliver cues only during REM sleep. One day, we might be able to guide our dreams to solve problems, rehearse speeches, or gently process emotional challenges. There are already prototype devices and apps claiming to do this. The science is still new, but it's no longer pure science fiction. And what about dream sharing? One of our oldest fantasies is that two people could share the same dream, or that we could record and replay dreams like a film. We're not there yet, but as mentioned earlier, researchers are starting to decode visual dream content using fMRI and machine learning. The images are still vague, like looking through frosted glass, but the door has been opened. In the future, we might transform these dream fragments into rough images or even animations. You could watch a version of your dream the next morning, or share a surreal dream memory with a friend, not because it's perfectly accurate, but because it captures the mood, the feeling, the magic, a dream diary made visible. Yet as we look ahead, ethical questions begin to appear. If we can guide dreams, can they be manipulated? If we can read them, could they be misused? What happens when the boundary between sleep and technology becomes unclear? This is where the idea of neurorights enters the discussion, rights that protect mental privacy, autonomy, and freedom of thought. Because if dreams are the last unclaimed space of the mind, we must tread carefully, like walking softly through a sacred room in someone else's home. There is also potential for healing. Imagine a future where people with PTSD receive personalized dream therapy using sound cues or gentle brain stimulation to help reprocess trauma, or where children with anxiety learn to shape their dreams into adventures rather than fears, or older adults revisiting treasured memories through subtle cues from music, photos, or scents. Lucid dreaming could also see a renaissance, not as an escape, but as a tool for emotional growth, creativity, and learning. Some researchers are exploring how lucid dreamers can practice real-life skills, like playing an instrument or preparing for a difficult conversation. The brain, after all, does not fully distinguish between imagined actions and actual practice. If your dream self practices kindness, courage, or compassion, your waking self might benefit too. Then there's artificial intelligence. AI is being trained to analyze brain activity, recognize patterns, suggest dream themes, and even create interactive environments that echo the feel of dreams. Some virtual reality designers are experimenting with dreamlike spaces that respond to emotion, places that feel less like games and more like lucid dreams you explore while awake. It's strange, exciting, and just beginning. Yet, for all this dazzling technology, there's something comforting to remember. At its core, dreaming doesn't need any gadgets. You don't need an app, a headset, or a lab. Your brain already has everything it needs to dream, to remember, to process, to create, and to wander. All you need is sleep and a bit of curiosity. Dreams remind us that the mind is not just a machine. It's a storyteller, a traveler, a soft projector in the dark. Sometimes awkward, sometimes profound, always personal. The future of dream science may bring new tools, new therapies, and new ways to connect, but it will never replace the quiet wonder of waking up with a strange image blinking in your mind, wondering, where did that come from? And maybe that's the heart of it. No matter how far science advances, dreams will always keep a bit of mystery, a touch of poetry. A space where the brain stretches out, curls inward, and drifts to places only it knows. So sleep deeply tonight. Dream freely. And know that while science watches from the edge, your mind is quietly writing its own stories, night after night, behind closed eyes in the oldest language it knows. And here we are, gently returning from the beautiful world of dreams. We've explored REM cycles, wandered through memories, listened to the whispering amygdala, and glimpsed the future of dream science. We've seen that dreams aren't just nighttime noise, they're stories the brain tells itself, sometimes clumsy, sometimes profound, always intimate. What we know is astonishing, but what we don't know may be even more wondrous. For all our brain scans and neural maps, dreams still slip through the cracks of explanation. They remain part science, part soul, the brain's poetry. So, as you drift off tonight, whether your mind takes you on an epic adventure, a quiet memory, or something delightfully strange, let it. You don't have to understand every detail, you just need to let go. Your brain knows what it's doing. And if this video has left you a bit too fascinated to fall asleep right away, I'm sorry. But hopefully you've learned something in the process. A fair trade, I hope. Before we part, if you enjoyed this slow journey through the dreaming brain, I'd be truly grateful if you gave this video a gentle thumbs up, subscribed to The Sleepy Scientist, or left a comment below. Where are you listening from tonight? And what time is it in your corner of the world? I'd love to know where this little cloud of calm has floated. Until next time, sleep well, dream freely, and remember, your mind is still writing stories, even in the dark. Good night.